You have time for one more porn story?
Sure.
Have you ever watched Girls Gone Wild, like an actual video?
Yes, I used to own one.
Well, I
Stole it.
several years ago, or a friend of our friend's house, same people who
Sucking up the dildo on the table. Gotcha.
And dude came in and goes, "Hey, guess what? Got a Girls Gone Wild, Girls Gone Wild video. You want to watch it? Like, that's good for you. You know we're not 14 anymore, though, right? Like, having access to porn is not a."
Especially Girls Gone Wild. That's really
Like, it is one thing when we were younger, and like we said earlier, you had to find it somewhere. It's a quest. You got to treasure at the end. Now it's like, I'm an adult. If I want to see naked people, I have a credit card. I can pay good hard-earned money for it.
I have a cell phone. I can be in your bathroom jerking it right now.
But we ended up watching it, and it's not at all, because I'd only experienced Girls Gone Wild from the commercials, which I don't think they're around anymore. Thank God. But the commercials used to be late night television. See, yeah, that stupid fucking carrot ding 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 music would start on, and you see girls in the club, woo, and they show you their boobies and whatnot, and this girl going, woo, my boobies too, and that's what I thought it was. I thought it was just a bunch of women flashing the camera. It was not at all what it is. Like, they do fucking interviews and shit.
So do you like doing this? Take your top off.
Where do you go to college? I go to Brown. Like, oh, good. I'm glad I know that now. Like,
let's see your Brown. Bend over.
And like, some of these, I don't know if it's the same for every video, but the ones I'm watching, like, this one girl was totally not. She's like fucking texting during. Like, can't see you have to. You still didn't put the phone down.
One girl's gonna. Yeah, she was on fucking Snapchat.
And then there's like an interview segment, which again doesn't add anything to it. Like, I don't need to see her as a person. This doesn't help.
That Girls Gone Wild is for teenage whacking.
Yeah.
Like that young 13, 14, not for a grown man. Because at that, you know what's ironic?
I was getting angry at you.
I should not have my dick in my hand and be angry. That's a rule I started off from the beginning.
First off, the guy that's doing it, it sounded like he was. Like, lunch had just got there. They're like, oh, we got another girl outside. Oh, so fucking send her in. And like, he's still working through the bucket of chicken as he's going through, you know? So, what's your name? And like, it's Girls Gone Wild. You know what goes on. But still, at the same time, it's like, I guess, I don't know, if you want to, do you want to take your shirt? You can take your shirt off if you want. Oh, I guess so.
Especially the later ones. The first ones were really wild. Woo! And after a while, I was just like,
well, after a while,
they
learned that you get hats or shirts or booty shorts. You get stuff from it. And they started negotiations, which is bizarre to watch. Because like everything is like, okay, I want the hat too. I got the shirt already, but now I want the hat. Like, yeah, you want socks? We got socks. You show us that. We show you got socks. And I was watching this one on there.
Socks for box.
And she fought so hard against it. She's listening to all the stuff she get. She was like one trip to the ball game with Dad away from not doing this. But like one time he's like, we're just the guys, and next time, honey, next time. And then next time never came, and here she is. Fine.
I've got the coup de grace on that one. Frank. Hi, Frank. Buddy. Frank had gotten one. I don't know from where. Like we discussed. You don't know where you get it from.
You don't ask questions, you just have it.
We're watching porn now. Shut up. And he had brought it over and we were watching it. And I'll never forget. It was the first time in my history I have ever watched a porn and giggled. Because this dumbass decides to make a comment.
Mm-hmm.
This young lady in the Girls Gone Wild pulls her undies off. A little panty action, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we're just like, oh, till they got all the way down. The cool thing about it was, like, if she could have figured out a way to, like, I don't know, like, lift her legs out of the way, so just kind of her box was down, and hover over a window, it would have been the coolest curtains you ever saw. Full length. Floor to ceiling. I mean, this sumbitch, she's shaking and it's clapping like the seal. I'm like, and he just goes, we got fucking beef curtains on this one. Now, mind you, I had not heard the term beef curtains at this point.
It's fairly popular now. This was years ago, though.
This was years ago. Look at the beef curtains on that broad. Fell right over.
And done.
Because the thing was, he was right. I mean, them some bitches, they had to be that long. I'm like, what did this girl do in her lifetime?
The equivalent of the hard right cock. Like, those people meet, they should definitely get some insurance, because there's some surgeries in the future.
Beef curtain versus elbow cock.
Round 1. He just keeps on, and she's over there swinging around.
Oh my god, it was so beefy and curtainy. It looked like a roast beef sandwich that was overpacked.
A nice wizard sleeve going on.
She could have held the whole staff. I mean, Jesus Lord. And I mean, I understand that, especially back in that time, you know, the human body's a slight mystery to others and to each other, and that's awesome, but you gotta know something is wrong.
No.
When you're doing that in a whole crowd of people, like, what? When a room goes silent, put your shit back on.
Just kidding.
No, what's wrong with his balls? One of these things is, oh god, there's a peener in there.
The sad part is that picture you just showed me can actually transition into one of the topics we have on here.
Oh my
Basically,
god.
he just showed me a picture of some nuts, and there's a weird little scrunchy thing on top of them, which there's a dick.
Oh god! Even she looks confused, like,
How
do we work with this? I don't...
He showed me this picture of some balls with the weird scrunchy thing on top, and it's like basically a turtle hiding. It's this guy's dick. But that actually transitions to a topic we have on here of webcam modeling, which is something one of the new favorite things in porn nowadays. And one time I saw a video of a guy.
He went that way.
Saw a video of a guy who completely baffled a webcam model. He's like, yeah, what the fuck you got going on? And he had this like weird, that picture you showed me. But he's like, here, watch it. And he starts tapping on the top of the thing. And all of a sudden, yes. Like summoned from the depths. And she's like, oh my god. It's hard to be sexy and wonder frightened at the same time, I feel like. And she's like, okay, I guess I'll just,
What's going on? Oh.
Like a snake charmer. Called it out of the basket.
I mean, I've heard of, I'm a grower, not a shower. But that might be taking it a little too far.
It wasn't. Have you ever watched time lapse of a flower blooming, kind of like that? That's the speed it happened at. Like you could easily have like a flute melody playing.
Too bad it didn't happen fast. I would have thrown some smoke down and just went, ta-da! This should be the final episode for this show.
I think it might be watching subscriber rate drop. Like even the two of us. No, fuck it, no.
No, I'm not going to be involved in that.